Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on Special Binomial Products Worksheet. So this video gives us a worksheet where we can practice expanding some very special binomial products. Now, we've had a lesson on this and the link is on the next slide. So if you're not sure how to approach these, go to the next slide, click on the link, it will take you to the lesson and it will explain how to do all the examples. Let's see what's required here. It says simplify each of the following into individual algebraic expressions. In the lesson we saw that something like this, k plus 9 all squared, was a special binomial expansion because it's the sum of two terms and they are squared. We gave a simple rule where you don't have to go through any working. To arrive at the answer, all you do is square the first, that is, you square that term, then you find the product of those two, and then you double that. And then you square the second. So that's the quick way of getting the answer. So you square the first term, you multiply the two terms together and double that answer, and then you square the second. Quite simple. And you'll have plus signs all the way through. For this one, because that's a minus sign, the rule is very, very similar. You square the first, then you take the product of those two and double the answer. So for the second term there'll be a minus sign in front of it, and then you just square that term there. And it's exactly the same here. Square the first, minus the product of the two multiplied by 2, so minus twice their product, and then plus the square of the second. This here is another special expansion. It's called the product of a sum and difference. The product of a sum and difference. And the rules here are very straightforward. To arrive at the answer here, all you do is you square the first term, then you put a minus sign and you square the second term. So that's all it is. It's squaring the first term minus the square of the second term. Here is the same. That's the product of a sum and difference. Same thing. And that's also the same. Back to this example here. So this is a more involved example of this one. You square the first, you multiply the two terms together and double the answer, and then you square the second. Square the first minus twice the product of those two terms plus the square of the second, and finally this is another example of a product of a sum and difference. And remember, if that sounds a bit too complicated, just access the video from the next slide. That's the lesson on this topic, and it will explain exactly how to do it. And all we've done here is we've given some examples of some very special binomial products, and we've shown a short procedure where we can actually arrive at the answer without doing any working.